Hey guys, what is up and welcome to a new NVIDIA, excuse me, daily update video. Today, as per usual, let's go over NVIDIA stock. Let's go over really what I see happening with the stock. Pretty not good day today. Pretty painful day is what I meant to say. And I'll give you my thoughts moving forward and what I think can potentially happen next for NVIDIA. So yeah, with all that being said and done, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit that like button. This is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. And of course, my membership section on YouTube is live. That link is, of course, down below in the description of the video. For just $2.99 a month, you get access to all my intraday thoughts, posts, updates, technical analysis, etc. on Tesla and actually in other stocks as well, like broader market sometimes. Sometimes I give bonus stocks as well to everyone. Or for $4.99 a month, you get access to all of that as well. Also, you get access to NVIDIA daily updates every single day. So if you're interested, link is below for the YouTube membership. Would love to have you there. But let's just jump into it. NVIDIA closing the day pretty much at $117 on the dot, which is going to be a drop of about 3.7%, which unfortunately compared to the market, you can argue is a tad of an underperformance by this massive, pretty powerful stock, right? But let's talk about this, right? I'm not going to lie. Not looking too hot. I did enter some cash secured puts. I'm not holding any shares. I have exited all shares. I'm only holding cash secured puts because I'm actually willing to buy lower. Because I think it's going lower, but I'm willing to buy lower. And hey, if I can get paid to buy NVIDIA, that sounds like a good deal to me. But let's talk about this, right? I think NVIDIA, unfortunately, has a higher chance to go lower than higher anytime soon. And unfortunately, I think the target for NVIDIA within the next week or two, I think 110 to 108 is a very realistic possibility-ish, maybe 107 even, right? I do think it's a very realistic possibility. You can also look at it like this, man. You can also take a look at it like something like this, right? Maybe we come down to like, pretty much the same level. Honestly, anywhere between 110 to as low as like 107, that is roughly where I personally expect NVIDIA to fall to right now. Why is that? Why do I expect NVIDIA to fall? What is this weakness? Well, yesterday, some people were telling me that they feel kind of bullish because NVIDIA ended up actually kind of green. But I was also saying yesterday how I really just don't see an edge on NVIDIA, right? It looked kind of neutral, but I said I slightly lean bearish. Why? Because my indicators were telling me momentum is just drying up. Momentum is drying up, right? There was just the bullish momentum was just not there. I didn't see any obvious signs that the bulls wanted to push this much further from my personal indicators. And unfortunately, not only were they right, but we actually potentially are going to get even more of a sell-off now. Why is that? Let's talk about that. So first and foremost, we have the daily, right? There's two things on this chart that you should instantly see, that should instantly tell you why I think that. Honestly, maybe even pause the video and take a guess. It's almost like a little pop quiz. But the main two things I personally see, one, we have a bearish engulfing candle, right? If you don't know what a bearish engulfing candle is, we'll take a look right over here. This is a bearish engulfing candle, one on the right. You have a nice little green candle here, and then you have a red candle on the right, which pretty much engulfs the green candle. What do we have here? We have a nice little green candle yesterday, white green candle. And what do we have here? A red candle that completely engulfs the previous candle. Now, again, these patterns aren't perfect. This could be a false alarm. As always, nothing is guaranteed. But as it stands right now, I'd assume it's not. So just keep that in mind. This could be pretty bad, to say the least. On top of that, right, as if that wasn't enough, we also actually did close back down finally below that 21 EMA. So put both of these together, that's just a recipe for disaster, right? In my opinion. Now, again, I want to make it clear. This could be false signals. We could just gap up tomorrow. There's always a possibility. NVIDIA just gaps up tomorrow and hey, it's all good. Back to 125 it goes. Always a possibility. But when trading, when looking at charts, when doing technical analysis, it's always about the probability. And right now, the probability tells me the fact that us gapping back up and heading to 125 pretty much next, pretty damn low. It's not zero, nothing is zero, but it's pretty low. Not a very high chance of doing that. On top of that, the volume today surpassed yesterday's volume as well, and the selling pressure versus essentially what was buying pressure all day yesterday after that initial gap down. What else is giving me some signs of concern? Well, the MACD, right? The MACD is still bullish, still making lower highs though, so it's softening up. RSI actually starting to get a little more attractive. RSI is definitely bearish, pointing straight down. But if we can start getting here, if we do indeed drop down to like 110, this thing will get oversold pretty quickly. And I think NVIDIA, I'll be very excited. I'll be very excited to start scooping up some nice shares there. Hopefully my cash secured puts go in. I'll probably just straight up buy shares as well. I'll be extremely excited to buy shares down there if we do get there sometime this week or next week. Very excited. But the RSI will get oversold 100% if we do make our way down there. That'll be very cool. I'd like to see that personally. But moving forward, stochastic, bearish crossover. We talked about this yesterday. It was pointing straight down. Remember how yesterday, even go back to yesterday's video, I said how We had technically a green day yesterday. Pure buying pressure from the lows, even ended green. But the stochastic yesterday was pointing straight down after the bearish cross. And today we see the fruition of that, right? And we're still seeing it point straight down, still bearish cross. This is just not a stock I'd buy. This is not a stock I look at. If I looked at this chart right now and I'm like, do I buy this right here? Absolutely not. Not even close, which is why I have cash secured puts lower, because I don't really care about catching a falling knife on NVIDIA, but I like the premiums on the stock, and I'm okay at buying lower. My current one is actually at 112.5. Very happy to begin a position there. Absolutely very happy. And I will continue buying lower. But again, I do think we will get lower. That's the problem. Stochastic, still bearish. We have the true strength indicator finally crossing bearish. Not good. We have the band, or the BX trender, red band, fresh lower low. Not good. All my indicators are saying it's not good, essentially, is what I'm trying to say, right? They're all telling me that, hey, you probably want to watch out for the next few days, right? This could be a bit of a knife coming forward, and it could be an aggressive knife. This could be a pretty fast flying aggressive knife, to say the least, right? So just keep that in mind. Take it as you will. You know, I think I genuinely believe it'll be a phenomenal opportunity if we do come down to 110 to 107. I think that as of right now, I think that'll be a phenomenal opportunity. Obviously, if things change, I'll let you know as per usual. But as of right now, I do believe that could be a pretty damn, phenomenal opportunity for NVIDIA to pick up some shares. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll see how it moves forward. But that's just kind of what I'm assessing. Now, the one thing that is making me slightly question that is the fact that, let me log into this really quickly. Go NVIDIA here. A lot of calls came in on NVIDIA. This is probably the only thing that's contradicting everything I said right now, right? I personally don't follow options flow very much because there's a lot of options flow coming in today, and NVIDIA has 36, almost 37 confirmed bullish flow. Over here, you can see a lot of bullish flow came in on NVIDIA. Many bullish flows came in on NVIDIA for November, like multiple millions of dollars. That does mean it has to just rocket tomorrow. It does not mean that, right? It could take a bit longer. It could take a few more weeks even. Maybe not a few more weeks. These are for November 15th, but at least another week. So that's why, I don't follow options flow like that, because again, just because we're seeing all that bullish flow, it does not mean that it has to move up. To me, technical analysis, in this case, closing below the 21 EMA, having a bearish engulfing, my indicators just pretty much all pointing straight down. That to me triumphs anything I see in options flow. But what does tell me with the options flow is the fact that, man, if we do get this dip for sure, like if we get this dip down to like 110, let's say, or something like that, man, assuming those calls are legitimate, right? We're probably bouncing from that general area. Like, let's be completely honest here, right? That's how I look at it, and that's how I'll be looking at it moving forward. So again, pretty simple stuff. I think NVIDIA has been probably one of the easiest charts to read for quite some time. Honestly, part of me doesn't even want to trade Tesla anymore. I straight up just want to trade NVIDIA and maybe even AMD, because these charts, especially NVIDIA, it really is a damn nice. I love this stock. I love the way it trades. I love the way it moves. It just feels it just makes sense to me, at least to me. It makes sense. And as long as I'm continuing to be right about it, we should continue seeing more selling pressure. Now, again, one thing that can potentially thwart this is if we close green tomorrow and back above the 21 EMA. If we can do that tomorrow, we actually can potentially have this as being another bear trap, kind of like what we had over here on the 18th of September. Again, betting on that and assuming that's going to happen is a fool's errand. It's one of those things where you want to see confirmation of that actually happening, as opposed to betting on that happening, because the odds are just not in your favor. The odds are not in your favor right now for that to happen. Can it happen? Yes. Will it happen? Probably not. Right? So that's my perspective. That's how I look at it. I expect more further continuation to the downside. We could definitely stall out somewhere in the 114s. There's some volume profile coming in over here. But ultimately, again, I want to see NVIDIA come down to 110 to as low as 107. That's where I'm the most interested. That's where I'll be exceptionally excited to buy shares. I'd be very, very happy to buy shares there. I'll probably be going quite aggressive, honestly. And yeah, that's just my thoughts moving forward, ladies and gentlemen. Another thing I want to mention quickly is the fact that I mentioned this in the Tesla video, but my friend Mo, phenomenal trader, phenomenal options trader. I guess he's an options trader, but just trader in general. Easily one of the best. I highly recommend you follow him if you don't. Phenomenal trader. Very, very valuable information he posts all the time, and this is one of them. So here he's showing the S&P 500 cash, right? Essentially SPY, is pretty much SPY. What happened? Well, let's take a look at the pattern, right? So we had a nice massive green streak on SPY not that long ago, and then we consolidated. On the 17th day, we had a red day, and then on the 19th day, was the final day before the sell-off. Remember that sell-off we had not that long ago? And then we just rallied again. Same idea. Rallied 10%. In this case, we rallied 6%. And now we're consolidating. 17 days, 17 days. 17-day back here was a red candle. 17-day, which is today, a red candle. Interesting pattern. And then, of course, it signals the next 2 days can potentially be sideways or maybe even slightly green. Cool. What's after that, though? After the 19th day, essentially on the 20th day and moving forward for the next 4-ish or so days, sell-off. So assuming we follow this exact pattern, which it seems pretty close to so far, we should continue downwards starting Friday. Maybe even earlier, but according to this pattern, Friday. And if that actually happens, that could be what finally pushes NVIDIA back down to those levels. That could be that sell-off. And I think from there, honestly, the market will most likely bottom and we most likely head up even higher. Once you see the bear celebrating, we're probably heading higher. And once you see the bull celebrating, we're probably heading lower. Kind of like with Tesla. All the bulls are celebrating, even though Tesla held up very well today, I will admit. We'll see how tomorrow happens with Tesla as well. But anyway, that's all I got for you. Let me know what you think down below. See you for the next one. Peace.